welcome each and every individual to Engineered Clarity, the process of thinking differently that brings satisfaction where you desire clarity in people, business, and life. Hi, my name is Mark Boersma, and today we're going to be looking at the story behind the natural law with my good friend Tom Kunz, the 5 steps to success. Tom, how are you doing today?
Doing real well, thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you also.
You know, Tom, this is, over the years, you and I have hung out on Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. Why is it that you and I do this on a holiday?
I think it's, well, for me, it's a relaxing time, so I think your brain can open up more, or you're more inquisitive at that point, so that's what it is for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it is for me. I think it's just, it is magical. I mean, there's something about a holiday that, that just creates some type of magic in our thinking. Today's lesson is we're going to be unleashing human potential through Complements of Psychology of People, great course, and Engineered Clarity community. Definitely get involved in both of those things because they will help you in so many areas. It's all part of the BOSS system, the DNA for people, DNA for business, DNA for life, and today's we're going to be looking at DNA for life. And the natural law we're looking at is the 5 steps to success. So, Tom, give us a little bit of the story behind, where did this come from? How did it transpire?
Well, I remember one time I was talking with my best friend and mentor, David Kellerman, and we were talking about business planning. And I said, I wish there was a shorter way of doing this process. And he says, well, there is, and this is what he gave me. And this was, 50 years ago. And it stayed with me the whole time. I've used it with my kids. I give it out every month in a session I do for the company I work for now. There's the real estate brokers that are there. It's a model that can be used. It's a simple, fast model can be used for personal issues or business issues. And it always brings clarity, especially when you get to the 4th step. It makes you really think about, am I really serious about the outcome that I'm looking for? And so that's why I've always liked it. It's simple, fast, and thought-provoking.
Nice. So let's dive in. Step 1 is, what do I want? What do I desire? Give us a little bit more on that if you could, Tom.
Sure. Step 1 is just, if you could wave the wand, what is it that you would really desire? What's the outcome you're looking for, whatever that may be? Step 1 is the only one that has a subset. And the subset to step 1 is, once you've defined the outcome you're looking for, what you want, then jot down, if you accomplish that goal, what would you be seeing around you? What would you be hearing around you? There may be tastes of things you might see. So you would jot those things down. The reason you do that is not to let you know that you achieved the outcome, but you'll start to hear and see and feel those kinds of things prior to getting to the outcome, so you'll know you're on the right path. So it's just kind of a little cheater path thing to take a look at.
Nice. So it's like you're internalizing it, like you're actually experiencing it before you actually experience it.
Exactly. Yep.
Interesting. And so that's important in going through the steps, because in the steps that we go through, there's going to be setbacks and discouragements, and there's going to be even more obstacles or challenges. It's going to be harder than what we thought it was going to be. And if we haven't really tasted this, then we're probably going to give up. Would that be fair to say or not?
It will. To me, what it was about is that just clarifies the outcome. Really, what I'm am I putting enough thought in on the front end of this?
Interesting. All right, let's go to step 2, the obstacles. Tell us about this.
So once you have what you want and you put the subsets down as to what would be going on around you, then you need to sit down and think about what are the obstacles that would stop me from getting to the outcome I'm looking for, the want. And nothing's too small. You list every single obstacle that would stop you from getting to that outcome. And you just keep asking yourself anything else, and you just write them all down. So that's basically identifying to you what you have to get over to get to the want.
Okay, cool. Do you think that people list, do they get all their obstacles, Tom?
Not probably the first time they go through this. And the way that you tell if you haven't is that all of a sudden you'll find something stopping you, and it's like, why didn't I think about that? So this is kind of the clarity process of how am I going to, or what's the path I need to take to get to that want.
Okay, all right. Step 3, sacrifice. What is this, Tom? What does this mean?
Sacrifice then is now you're going back to the top of that list of the obstacles, and you're saying, what is it that I would have to give up, time, energy, money, whatever it is, what is it I have to give up to get over this obstacle to get to that want? And you go obstacle by obstacle by obstacle, and you just write down exactly what it is that you're going to have to give up or what you're going to have to do to get over that obstacle to accomplish your want.
So this is interesting because, as VP of sales when I was 25, 26 years old, and at 27, I had 3 kids. My wife wasn't working outside the home. She was home with the kids. I was on track to make $460,000 a year, had $1 million in equity, and gave all of that up to go ahead and, pursue my life vision. And one of the things I had to sacrifice, Tom, is golf. Now, I'm not very good at golf, but, I was playing like 2-3 times a week. And just in the last couple of years, Tom, that was, over 30 years ago, just in the last couple of years, I've said to my wife periodically when we're driving, by, golf course, I'm like, man, I really miss golf. She says, you got to pick that up again. Oh, so I get, golf, I get sacrifice, but there's a lot of other sacrifices, so we'll probably talk about that more in the Q&A. Number 4, decision. What's this, Tom?
The 4th step is the absolute most important step. This is the real to me, this is the real internalization of the process, because now you're going back to the top of that list again. And there's only 2 answers to the decision or 4th step, and that's yes or no. And so you go back to the top of the list, and you say to yourself, is it worth it to me to give up whatever I've written down as the sacrifice, so to speak, to get over that obstacle, to get to that outcome? And you continue down that list, writing either yes or no. If you hit a no, then what you've discovered is that there's something that you're not willing to give up to get over an obstacle that's going to stop you to get the outcome, so therefore you've got to start the process all over. The outcome is not worth it to you, basically. So now you have to reduce your outcome, go back through obstacles and sacrifice, and get back to decision. If you get to the bottom of the list and there's all yeses, then it's an easy decision. You basically internalize the process that, yes, this is what I want. This is what I be seeing and hearing around me. Here are the obstacles that I have to get over. Here are the things that I am absolutely willing to give up to get to that outcome. And I've decided that I'm going to do that.
So this applies not only in business, but this applies in marriage, with kids, with grandkids. Like, this is something for everything in life.
It is, no matter what it is. It's a simple but yet very thought-provoking process to get to some outcome you're looking for.
And then step 5, tell us about this, Tom.
So once you've gone through and understand what you want and what would be going on around you, you've identified the obstacles, you've identified what you'd have to give up to get over them, and you internalize the decision that, yes, I'm willing to sacrifice those things to get over the obstacles, get my outcome, then basically you have your plan. So I always just call the step 5 is the Nike, just do it. You know exactly what you want. You're going to be listening and looking for those things that will tell you you're on track. You know every single obstacle that you have to overcome. You've decided what you have to give up to get over those obstacles. You've internalized the decision that I'm going to give those things up to get there. So now I have my plan. I just go work it.
Interesting. So we're going to go into the Q&A. If you're part of EC2, Engineered Clarity Community, you get a chance to really go into this, and I'd encourage you to participate. That's true at nonprofit organization, Life Masteries Institute. They're a wonderful organization. It's unbelievable the impact that they make in people's, families' lives, businesses, community-based organizations. It's just phenomenal. What we'll be talking about in that is we're going to be talking about quantum thinking, and then we're going to go through the entire internalization model. Like, how do we internalize? Like, we say, okay, we got it, maybe not. And so we'll be talking about that in the in the Q&A session. Now, how do we take action on what we learned from Tom today? Is the number one thing is connect with your art mentor on what you learned, actions you will take, and the next thing you need to learn. And so do that. If you don't have an art mentor, it's because you're not part of EC2. Because if you're part of EC2, Engineered Clarity Community, so the community is where this stuff comes alive. Like, we say, oh, that's nice, oh, that's cool, but it's where we rarely get involved. And then deep learning comes from helping your two art buddies, so you go through this. So we think the mentor is the one that helps us. But deep learning doesn't come from other people helping us. Deep learning comes from us helping our two art buddies. Again, if you're not part of EC2, you don't know what this means. That's why you need to join that. And then step 3 is if you want to turn this from learning into earning and follow through, then go to that website, Learn to Earn, because there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. You have any questions on anything we covered today, feel free to connect with the individual who invited you to participate, or you can call toll-free, 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300. Or if you're calling in outside the U.S., call the U.S.-based number, 630-393-9909. Again, if you're part of EC2, you get the Q&A. And this is when we're going to go into the virtual insane asylum. And it's going to be awesome. I think all 5 of my grandkids are going to be on the Q&A. I believe my wife is going to be there 35 years. It's the first Thanksgiving that my wife and I haven't been together, and so we're going to hear from her and some other amazing people. So here we go. Have an amazing day. Always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye-bye.